Hey, how's everybody doing? Hope you're enjoying your day. My work day is pretty much winding down. Getting over this cold still. I have a friend. I don't like throwing that word around, friend. I kind of take things to heart. Maybe that's not a good thing sometimes. But I have a friend. There's somebody I've been knowing a long time. Not mention any names. There's quite a few people I've been knowing a long time. But you get to know somebody sometimes you just bump into people and you find you have common things in common. So for that reason, you start hanging around that person, and you start developing a friendship, I guess. And over time, as people start to grow, you start to notice things. You have your own ideas what friends do and what friends don't do. And like I said, as you get older, things happen, and you're like, well, why? There's some things I can't, some things you don't tolerate or can't put up with after a while because you have grown, you have reached up to a higher vibration, and maybe that person hasn't come up there with you, or vice versa. So you start to grow apart from that friend, and I mean, even though you're still friends, I'm coming to find out that I'm more comfortable with calling people associates. I know maybe that's just the weirdo in me, but I thank God I'm a weirdo. Hey, I hold my own being a weirdo. You have to do your own thing. I'm not a type of person that follows the crowd or tries to fit in with somebody. If I'm not fitting in with somebody and you don't like something about me, there's a reason for that. There's no mistakes in this life. There's no consequences. Everything is a divine order. So when you start to understand that, you don't take things in my opinion, you don't take things too seriously. You meet people, it's like, hey, how you doing, blah blah blah. And if you're into this, watching a lot of sports or whatever it is you like doing, with your friend, and that's cool. But at times, you start growing apart and you start doing your own thing. You start realizing what your path is, what your journey is about, why you were sent to this planet, why you were sent to this realm. See, even talk like that. When you talk like that to some people, they start looking at you like strange, like ooh, like you're coming from a episode of Star Trek or something like that. When that's what I'm saying, you guys start to get on different vibrations when you start to understand and you start to know yourself. You start to love yourself. You start to accept yourself. That puts out certain vibrations to people. And if those people aren't there where you're at as far as loving yourself and wanting to know more about yourself and wanting to know about your existence here, you like I say, you just kind of like start growing apart. And that's just the way life is. But every time that you grow apart from someone, you also start meeting people that are on your vibration. Sometimes old friends, sometimes they raise up or you raise up to their vibration, and that's cool. But other times, you kind of have to start backing off of them because it's not good for your well-being because you have a purpose why you're here. So you start raising up, and then you'll meet other people. It may not seem like it at times, but you'll meet other people that are on your vibration and into things that you are into and have similar gifts that you have. So, and you have to be blessed for your gifts. There was a time where I used to fight my gifts because I was like, it was strange. It was different. What I'm talking about is like gifts from God. Some people call them psychic gifts, but I call them gifts from God because I've been reading a Bible and Gnostic documentation where it states that God, when you start understanding God and start devoting, I guess you can say, yourself to God, He will reveal things to you about the truth, about this life, about, and when He does reveal them to you, He'll reveal them to you in visions. You can hear Him talking to you and all these other things. So I don't think that it's necessarily, it may be psychic, but I don't think it's necessarily a psychic thing. It's just you're connected with uh, with the Almighty. And that's another story, but I won't go into that right now. But yeah, so when you start realizing who you are, instead of, I say this a lot on my other videos, when you start realizing who you are instead of what people are telling you who you are or what you're supposed to be or how you're supposed to act, trust me, it will break you free from all that garbage. As they say, you will start to exit the matrix and start to enter reality. What the reality is a spirituality, a relationship with God, whatever you consider God to be. I consider God to be the Father of Jesus Christ. So when you start to break loose from that, this illusion that we're living here, because all these things here on this planet are illusions. They're made up by our senses. They're made up by energy and vibration, which I mean, they're pretty good, pretty damn good illusions, but they're still illusions. And a lot of people get trapped into that this cycle and fall asleep and they don't, they get hypnotized or whatever by the TV and all, about sports and the Kardashians and all this other crazy kind of stuff. But that's not what it's about. Sure, you can enjoy, we're all human beings. We're all in the flesh here, but we are spiritual human beings, beings of light. And, some people may not feel comfortable with that, but they will eventually, maybe not in this lifetime, but they will eventually, hopefully they will anyway. But, yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. And, just wanted to say, keep your head up. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Excuse me. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Man, I can't talk today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. No fear in me. No fear in you. Be true.